Hello and welcome to KidsAlive Church. So good to have you with us once again. This is my friend Buddy the Zebra, and we are starting a new series this month. This month is September. Yay! That means it's almost Christmas. No. Well, it's September and we are going to start our new series about Kings of the Bible. Kings of the Bible. A kid can be a king. How interesting is that? Alright, so we are going to study 4 kings this month. And the first king we're going to look at is King David. He's very familiar to a lot of us. King David, and the topic is trusting in God. Now, King David was a man who loved God, right? He was a guy who loved God so much. Now, his life was pretty interesting because he had many brothers ahead of him. And then he was the youngest in the family. How many of you are the youngest in your family? Yeah? Alright, well, he was the youngest in the family, and not only that, he was a boy who would only take care of the sheep. So his brothers would go to war and they were soldiers. So we can imagine these guys. They were big guys and they were soldiers and they were going to war. All his brothers, alright? And he would stay back and take care of his father's sheep. And he would not only do that, he would play music for the sheep. He would just be with the sheep. Alright? So, when Samuel, a prophet of God, went to anoint the sons, all the sons, he had to choose one son that he was going to anoint to be king. One of the sons of Jesse. So he was looking. And he was looking and he looked at each son and he said, you are tall, you are handsome, you must be him. And then God said, nope, not the one. So he went on to the next son. You have nice long beard. You must be the king. God said, not the one. And he went on to the last one. But David wasn't there. He was busy with the sheep. And Jesse didn't even think about calling him because he thought, no, David can't be king. So anyway, he went on. Samuel went on and on and on. And he never found the right one. And he's like, Jesse, do you have one more son somewhere hidden? And Jesse said, oh yeah, I do actually. I have one more son, but he's with the sheep. Are you sure that's the one? Well, bring him out and see, Samuel said. So he went and he brought David to the line. And Samuel prayed for him and he said, this is the one. And he anointed David to be king. How crazy is that? Now sometimes we feel like that. We are always chosen as the last one. Maybe all your friends are chosen to play football for a team, and then your friend goes, I want him, I want him, I want him, and him, and you're just waiting there. Is anyone going to call me to be on their team? Do you sometimes feel like that? You feel left out sometimes? Well, David was like that. David was left out. But you know what? God has a plan for him. And since he was anointed to the time he was actually king, took him many, many years. There was many years in between. But David had to trust God. He had to wait. He had to trust God that God was going to still choose him, still place him as the king. How many of us are like that? How many of us sometimes just sit there and say, God, when is it my time? What do I have to do? But you know what, children? I want to tell you this today. God has chosen you for a specific time. God has chosen you for a specific purpose. We just need to learn to trust in Him. Trust in God, just like David did. As a young boy tending the sheep, he trusted in God. Today's memory verse is very simple, taken from Proverbs 3 verse 6. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Again, in all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. Proverbs 3 verse 6. So I want to encourage you today, children. Continue to seek God, continue to trust in Him, because His plans for you are greater than anything you can ever imagine. Right, buddy? So are we ready to say goodbye? Alright, so I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye!